Well, I dare say, careful now, man. Viewers, this here's about to get a little nasty.
I sit on you. Well, this oil industry is going down the float.
It's going down the float, I dare say.
I don't care about the sea turtles. They can choke on their straws all they want.
You know what? I choked on a straw 1 or 2 days of my own, and it's not that bad.
As long as I get my money.
I dare say, choking on a straw kind of felt good.
Content warning in the episode description.
Day 56. It's been difficult coming back to the Fortress of the Forgotten Sun. I'm remembering things I don't want to remember. And it seems that what I believed about my death is not actually true.
Lucky, who are you talking to over there?
Maybe the scientists and philosophers turned on me.
He's talking in the corner to Milton.
Maybe I wasn't protecting them at all. Maybe I was protecting the whole world.
You know what? Keep doing your thing, man. No big deal.
Also, Delilah's being a real dickhead.
What?
I gotta go. Anyway, welcome to Murder, She Wrote.
I'm taking my time. What's the use in running? I've been taking it all with a grain of salt. Ain't a sweet thing coming. I've got a silver gun in my pocket and some metal for the ferryman. So an old man dad's called bones coming knocking, I'll knock him through the devil's hands.
Good morning, Faerun. That's where we are, right?
Kinda, sorta.
Welcome to Murder, She Rolled, a podcast about 4 corpses brought back from the dead to solve their own murders. I'm here with my favorite dead friends and their parental trauma.
My name is Stacey Harkin. I play the character Posey Borgian, who grew up in a pretty fancy, smancy home and never was shown love by his dad at all. Mother tried to be nurturing, but, not a very emotional person. So, that kind of explains a little bit about Posey, who's just happy to connect with people.
What's my name? Shona Kay is my real name. And I play the character Amberdale. What is my name? Amber Ziffendale.
Amberdale
Ziffendale. We call her Zippy, so I don't even remember what my other name is.
Seyfried.
Because the only people who ever called her by that name were her parents, her father, who she never met, and a mother who abandoned her once she realized that she had magical healing abilities. And
she abandoned her for that?
Like, legit left. I don't have any other reason as to why she would have left at this point. There may be more to it,
it's
but
like a personality thing.
It was probably just like jealousy. I'm not gonna lie. It was probably like a really hot baby. I don't know.
This baby's can we baby's waist
hot baby?
I think Taylor Swift says it right.
Did we do a content warning at the beginning? Then yes, we can.
There will be hot babies in this episode.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Vandermeiden and I play Delilah Winthrop. I think at this point we all know that she's gone through some things and is just hanging on for dear life at this point and just figuring out her entire life and existence and what is the meaning of life. Her mom was a super strong role model in her life. She looked up to her mom, but I think we're still figuring out her mom too, because I think she's very sneaky and has secrets.
Secrets?
I just love.
Did somebody say secrets?
Delilah's in her
Zippy just
brat
comes
era.
in.
She really is.
She's in
She
here.
is.
Doing
Yeah,
that.
that's actually a really good way of putting it. Delilah is in her brat summer.
And we've always said that.
We've always said that.
Can we call it hot brat summer to go with hot babies?
Hot baby brat
Hot
summer?
baby brat summer?
Hot brat baby or hot baby brat?
Oh my gosh,
Hot
she
brat
is our hot
baby.
baby brat summer.
Hot
Delilah.
baby brat summer.
She is.
And apples if I'm down.
I'm Alan Seawright. I play Lucky Kurtzel, a guy who grew up with a mother who shows love by criticizing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
This is like for sure like a fantasy character though. Like a
This has
definitely made up.
nothing to do with Alan Seawright. This is 100%
Or his real
Lucky.
parents.
Hi, my name is Ethan.
Wait, you're back at the table now. Last time
Yeah.
Ethan was like in the naughty chair over there.
Yeah, I was sick. I play the character of Stick Walkman, who has a walking stick named Milton. His parents are very much passed away. Luna is his owlbear who was murdered, and he seeks revenge. That's it.
I love that.
Well, we can keep going down in the dumbwaiter, or to get to the stairs to make it down to level 4, we're going to have to go back through either one of the special projects rooms that we didn't go through. I mean, it felt kind of easy getting through there, but I think that was mostly luck, guys, right?
We ran like bitches.
I would call that skill, but whatever you'd like. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we can go back through that way. There's another way to get there, but we would have to wander through. You see how there's all these like curtains of ice that have poured down?
Okay.
Like we would have to wander through those and try to not make any noise and stir anything up because we heard some spooky shit.
I think I know what we should do. Delilah, which one do you think we should go through?
Oh.
I think we should do the special projects rooms.
Okay, so we should absolutely not do the special projects rooms, and I believe we should go through the ice cavern.
I'm educated!
Oh, shh.
And I know things. And I think we should go through the special projects room because it's special and that's it.
What's a senator?
A centaur?
Okay. Ice capades
Okay,
it is.
so going through the ice thing, we have the dragon fire. We also have to be very quiet. I think that we can do this. We can like kind of see through these glass. Is that right? What can we see?
Roll me a perception check.
Excellent. Just me?
Group perception or everybody?
Fine.
Yay! I mean, whatever. It's cool.
Golly.
7.
So close to a nat 20, but I got 4.
Oh.
I got 12.
18. What do I see?
Did you just wink at the dungeon master as you said that?
Yep, she definitely did.
Why don't you just slide him a 5?
That would work on me.
Actually,
You guys this time can't see anything, but you can hear the captain's voice somewhere deep in the labyrinth of ice shouting.
the captain of the group of men
From
who
the
are
ship,
above.
who are
Yeah.
up above.
Okay, so they've made it down to this level, we think, based
Or-
on this.
It's not him.
Oh,
I say
what
it's
is
worth
he
investigating.
shouting? Does it sound very repetitive, or does it sound?
It sounds like somewhere in between barking orders and calling for help.
Okay, so there's an ice wall you're saying, right?
Many ice walls.
Many
It's
ice
sort of like a
walls.
labyrinth.
Okay, Delilah then walks up to an ice wall and she puts her mouth against the ice.
Oh, gosh.
And she just goes, "Hello! Can you hear me?"
Remember when I said be quiet? Did you remember what?
Stick goes up and does the same thing.
Okay, both of you guys roll performance.
Yay.
17.
13.
The ice vibrates and shatters in front of you from the sound of your voices screaming into it.
What happens?
This ice wall comes down with a deafening crash.
Shit.
Zippy folds her arms and just stares at Delilah.
You start hearing those deafening crashes reverberating from special projects. And then you hear this oozy, squishing noise start running after you guys into the galley from the special projects room that they came out of.
Immediately, I cast Pass Without a Trace, and I immediately say, okay, everyone, we're shrouded. Everybody hide. Go!
Where are we going to hide?
Anywhere!
Oh my
Just
God.
don't move!
I just curl into a ball.
Guys, nothing bad is happening.
I sheathe my short swords and pull out my spear, and I just look daggers at Delilah.
I then look back at Lucky.
Shut up.
Wait, is something?
Shut up!
Oh.
I run and hide behind a large chunk of ice.
I turn and look at Zippy and say, I'm going to decoy this. Use the fire to burn it when it shows up.
Okay, then I'm just ready.
When it shows up.
But I'm also thinking about sicking it on Delilah, and I'm almost 50-50 torn between the satisfaction it will bring watching her die and then we all die.
Satisfaction.
Delilah's still so confused. She thinks she did the best thing.
Okay, it's coming.
Yeah.
We
so
are hidden and prepared.
Everybody roll a group stealth.
Y'all mother truckers ain't hiding, I swear.
6.
12.
I got a nat 20 plus 10, so 30.
You just vanish.
He takes off his hat and jumps into his hat. It's just a hat sitting there.
He's balanced. He turns to the side and hides behind Milton.
There's just a stick and
Just brilliance.
It's just Milton with a hat on it. That's all that it is.
I'm hiding. I got an 8 plus 10, 18. So I am like as if you're trying to fit between two pieces of paper, arms up, like slide between, like arms up against the wall. But I also take my dragon off and kind of put it in front of my face.
Okay. I rolled a 16 with the plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I move over to right by the entrance to the hallway and with my spear pose like I'm a statue of a ranger
Yeah.
with my spear sticking out.
Just a full color statue of a ranger.
I look like I'm at Madame Tussauds.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic.
So, David, I rolled a 16, but here's my question. Delilah doesn't think she did anything wrong. She thinks she made the best choice.
Did she not hear Zippy say be quiet?
She did.
Oh,
fully acknowledged it.
Okay.
I didn't even roll that.
With a 26?
I'll just take Delilah with me.
Yeah,
You know?
that's how
I'll
we're
just
gonna
be like,
play it.
she's not going to
She
hurt.
just
so I'll
comes
take her with
into
me.
your hat with you. She's like, it's roomy in here.
This screamer comes running into the room. Running would be a weird way to describe it, though, because what he's actually doing is crawling on two hands and dragging like a massive tail of flesh behind it.
Oh, I hate that.
Sort of imagine the top half of a scientist with just sort of dead eyes and a mouth hanging open, just pattering into the room with this tail of flesh. And it runs into the room, takes a good hard look around the galley,
Thinks it's empty and leaves.
moving around lizard-like, and it doesn't spot any of you at first.
So good.
Wait, at first? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Keep going.
But what it begins doing is it finds all of these bodies in the galley and begins pattering over to them. And as this tail of flesh moves over top of the corpses, it begins to engulf and swallow them one by one.
Oh, I don't feel good.
And it gets bigger.
And you can see as this thing gets bigger and bigger, this fleshy tail is sort of forming into a homunculus of human parts. And the more bodies it absorbs, the more it begins to assimilate these pieces into some sort of more mobile, more functional whole.
Like other limbs or whatever it needs.
It's going from crawling to maybe like...
We're
like
watching
it's
Turning into a
evolution in
weird
action.
Human
It went from
millipede.
It went from crawling on two hands to crawling on four hands, and then four hands and a foot.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, I don't actually feel good. I have chills. I hate that. I hate things like that.
I try to get the group's attention as stealthily as I can. And I whisper, we need to run.
I then look
I
at
just go, did you get that?
And I leap for the grotesque homunculus tail, leap up in the air as high as I can, and drive my spear down into it, trying to spear it into one of the tables in the galley.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
I will give you an attack roll. Fun.
Oh, God. Why didn't you run?
7.
Ah! Out of the corner of its eye, this thing catches a glimpse of you leaping through the air towards it, and all of its little hands patter around super quick, dodge out of the way of your spear. Its main head snap towards you and says,
Do you think we're safe here?
and then its jaw opens 3 feet wide and begins screaming towards you. Dang it. This creature lurches at you with a and it sounds just like a woman screaming. But all of these newly forming and morphing hands and feet underneath it become tangled up in each other. And it trips? I don't know how else you describe it. Sort of flops down on the ground for a second before it can reach you.
As it like flops down and sort of skids toward me with its mouth hanging open and like
Chomping at you,
snapping at me, I jump to the side, but catch my foot on one of the overturned benches, and I tumble and I end up prone. And I yell, "Run! Everybody run!"
So I basically get up from where I'm hiding. I step out into the middle of the room. I go so that it will shoot the fireball as I turn and just start running as far as I can down that corridor. I don't even look to see if it lands.
Hot on her heels. I am booking it.
Roll for attack with that.
Please, God. No. Damn it. 9.
This thing catches the fire in the corner of its eye, dodges its head out of the way in this like horrifying fleshy way, now turns to you and in a perfect imitation of Lucky's voice goes,
Run! Everybody run!
and begins running towards you.
I'm
running.
already gone.
What is ahead of us? Imagine we're running into the ice.
You are running
area.
into the ice sheets.
Are there like little spaces we're moving through, or is it just like a wild big gap?
Like
of what?
staggered sheets of ice that we
Yeah,
are.
it's like ribbons of ice like going back and forth across
Okay, so it's
the
kind of a
floor.
narrow space that we're
Very
entering.
narrow spaces.
Basically what happened, imagine this is kind of a late 1800s office building with a drop ceiling, and the water pipe broke.
Right.
Water poured all the way through the ceiling and then dripped down through some of the tiles and made sheets of ice.
I just want to make sure I understand
it's
the
just kind of-
gaps we're moving through.
Picture like an ice castle. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah.
Okay.
But it's amazing.
I think I'm going to help you.
You're going to come help me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll throw Delilah and then I will jump to go help
When Stick threw me, did I take any damage?
Why ask that? It's like, honestly, Hope, it's like you want like the worst thing to happen.
Yeah, sure. Take a d6.
Okay.
Could you at least roll an acrobatics?
No, she doesn't know how to roll the d6. Just let it go.
How about this? I throw her.
She deserves this D6.
Let me find the
Dang
D6! 3.
Okay, you take 3 damage.
Okay.
I watched Delilah bounce on the ground a couple times. I'm like, shake it off, boo. I grab her hand, and I'm sprinting behind Zippy.
So we arrive in these
breathing
sheets of
healthy.
glass, and we basically just have to use intuition to kind of know which way, or is it corralling us and we just have to go which way
Intuition.
So I am literally using every elfy spider sense that is in my being and leaning into just natural perception, intuition. I am a woman after all. And I just start sliding through.
Just at random.
Well, do you want to know which direction I went?
Yeah.
I
Yep,
went to
give me
the
some
left,
directions.
and then I went straight, and then I went right.
I'm following.
Okay.
Have you built a
went
maze?
left.
He's built a maze, guys.
And you went straight.
What? Why?
Did she just solve it?
No way. You're kidding.
Hi, guys.
Perception.
Shona, what did you just do?
I think I broke David.
Yo, I think he's actually pissed. Me and Alan didn't see that.
That whole maze was solved by going left and then straight and then right. The whole maze. What is happening?
That's actually kind
Am
of
I
funny.
the best at D&D?
I don't even know how I would have solved this maze. I would have like drawn this out.
I'm double checking this.
You can't take that back. You can't take it back. My joy overfloweth.
Being
I'm so pissed off.
talking about this in church on Sunday.
I find that so funny, but I'm also kind of grateful because I know us dumbasses would never solve that.
That's where we would have died.
If we have a hard time figuring out why the water is making this ice thing, we're never going to solve that. If we have a hard time figuring out the layout of what floor we're on, we're not going to figure out this.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well,
You really thought we were about to be there all day, huh?
it was the whole session plan. Okay. So Shona, you just blindly sprint your way perfectly through this damn maze. You are greeted by the captain of the ship on the ground, missing a leg. The thing was chasing Zippy, and Zippy ran through the entire maze, no problem. So I'm going to roll to see if the creature is intelligent enough to know not to chase Zippy
Or does it get
and
lost
focus
in the
on
maze?
or get lost in the maze.
Ooh. That'd be kind of fun that you guys are in the maze with this like minotaur kind of thing.
Yeah, like my whole hope for the session. Okay. The creature catches on that it is not fast enough to catch Zippy. And so it turns around on the people it's already cornered and hones back in on Lucky and Stick.
Cool.
Cool. I was hoping you'd say that.
All right. So I pick myself up off the floor. Has it gone into the maze?
No, it
So it
started
stopped.
to realize it couldn't catch up.
It
turned
basically
around,
like
came
peeked
back.
its head around the corner and was like, she gone.
We lost her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, Stick. That sounded wrong. What are we going to do?
Oh, shit, Stick.
That was a weird day for Milton.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I think Stick will try to distract the creature
Okay.
while he tries to tell Lucky to like, go, get in the maze.
In relation to the entrance of the maze, where am I and where is Stick?
So imagine the creature is in the center of the room,
Okay.
taking up a lot of the space in the room. It is directly between the maze entrance and you,
Okay.
Lucky. You could turn to the right and run back into special projects on your own and do that without having to get past the creature. Other than that, you'd have to get around the creature. And Stick is over to the left of the creature, so sort of on a diagonal from you. So
Okay.
would be able to distract the creature out of the way, but then that would leave Stick trapped in a corner.
Because there's nothing but a wall behind him. Or
Stick could get into the dumbwaiter.
Yeah, the dumbwaiter's over by Stick.
Okay, so the creature pauses for a second, thinking,
Okay.
visibly thinking, like you can see
Ew.
the gears turning.
Ew,
in
that
its
just
brain.
ew, that your gross monster has a brain.
While it does that, I sprint over to Stick. I look at him and go, hang on, Spider Monkey.
Oh, man.
And I swing him up onto my back like a little halfling
You
backpack.
Luke and Yoda this?
You Edward Bella's this.
I Edward Bella this shit.
I
Here we
prefer
go.
Luke and Yoda.
It's cuter than that. It's Edward and Bella.
And then I sprint right at the large writhing mass of limbs.
What? At it?
Straight at it.
Okay. Keep going.
I plant my...
How hold on to me are you?
I have one hand like gripping both of your wrists around my neck. So you're like on there and I'm like holding you.
Okay.
I'm sprinting right at it. Right in front of the closest part of it, I plant the head of the spear in the ground and I pole vault over the thing.
Make him roll all the things.
Oh, man.
Roll perception. Roll history.
Performance.
Roll persuasion. Roll medicine for them joints.
Ball size. All of it.
Huge. Brass.
I think just for the attempt, we're not worried about size.
Okay,
here.
all right.
I think we can do this in 2 rolls. First, give me a dexterity roll.
Okay. That's a 21 dex.
What is in the air
The
today?
disappointment.
What's happening?
It's about time.
This is the world's least intimidating, giant, horrifying monster.
Did he get a nat one?
That one?
Bruh.
I just
Bruh.
I want to feel bad for you, but I don't. But I feel bad for you, David.
This creature had anticipated your next move, but he anticipated wrongly. Imagine the Eldritch version of jumping the wrong way at a penalty kick out, you know? Yeah, on a penalty kick. At the exact second that you stab the spear in and vault over this thing, all of the hands and feet at the bottom of this creature shoot out to the sides in both directions, wall to wall, and would have prevented you from getting around it. But it gives you a perfect opportunity to just sail.
Parts like the Red Sea.
Literally.
It like squishes out, and I just sail through a little meat
Through
channel.
a little meat channel. Yep.
It's my favorite channel on TV.
Is there a thing on the ceiling that I can like whack with my stick to make it like fall onto it as we're in
like
the air?
a lantern.
I'll give you a big old icicle on the ceiling of the galley. Roll for attack with your stick.
Okay, all right.
Come on, Milton.
Yeah, it's a 6.
You miss.
I go, yeah! And then I go, shit!
I am so
Shit
honed.
stick.
It just looks like a yeehaw movement, like you're
Yeah.
just like, woo!
I'm so honed in on what I'm doing that I literally think he's just riding me like a bronco. I'm just like, all right, buddy, let's go.
We bust through the end of the maze right after Zippy.
Yeah, and I'm being dragged by you, right?
Yeah.
Both of you guys roll perception.
Oh my. I'm looking around to see what we
12.
see.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
Tell me everything.
You guys are running through the maze.
I notice it all.
Since you're not focusing on which way to go, you have Zippy for that. You begin to notice just once or twice running through the maze a hand through the ice or a body frozen into the ice, maybe.
Oh.
And one time, looking off to your left as you're running straight through an intersection, you see Lucky standing still, staring at you. You make it to the end of the maze, and you find Zippy with the captain missing a leg.
Wait, does he have a twin brother? What's happening?
Okay, so wait, with my 12, do I notice that, or is that only Posey?
Only Posey.
So then what do I notice as I'm being dragged?
Yeah, you notice there's something on Posey's leg.
Like a birthmark?
Like a
If
patch
a
of hair?
birthmark could move.
I don't notice that?
You haven't yet.
Okay.
Okay.
What am I noticing about this captain? What is he doing?
Now we're cooking.
What does the captain do as we
Yeah.
come out?
He was looking behind him.
I immediately want to do perception. I want to know if this is a thing or a thing. Like, is he bleeding? Like, what do I notice? I'm looking at this man. We've kind of been able to identify if these are screamers or not. Just
Sure,
based.
roll investigation.
Okay. 15.
You can see that this leg is bleeding a lot. This wound is pretty fresh.
And usually, from our experience, these are kind of cauterizing as soon as they take over and they're turning it into goop and gop.
Yeah, with these big, like, flickers, basically. Yeah, sort of worms under there, and it cauterizes and forms back over.
Okay, I want to immediately try to help him. So I'm going to go and I'm going to try and wrap his leg while
Okay.
having a conversation, asking him to speak quickly and tell us what he knows.
He seems to be almost in sort of a fugue state, sort of breathing really heavy. He is terrified of you.
Okay.
Every time a new person enters the room with him, he looks at them in a complete panic.
Yes.
But he can't really move. Over and over, he keeps saying, they're gone. They're gone. They're all gone. They're gone. And then he looks into the maze and goes, something's wrong. Something's wrong. They're gone. Something's really wrong.
And we're in the room right now, too. Like, we're seeing this as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm tying this thing around his leg. I'm trying to reassure him, saying we're here to help you. We're here with somebody who used to be stationed here. That we're just here looking for answers. But so as I'm speaking, I'm hoping that he realizes I'm not one of these monsters. I'm tying off his leg.
Okay.
And then I ask him, what was here before we were here? If he's saying they're gone, obviously it was screamers. But is he talking about his men? Is he talking about who's gone? Where did they go?
He's going to roll a constitution save. Barely. He manages to make eye contact with you. And he says, all the men. Again? They're gone.
The men again are gone?
It's different.
Posey, your leg. Your leg. Look at your leg.
I look down and see.
You remember in your last fight, you were caught around your leg by a tendril of a screamer.
No, don't.
And you see that band of skin around your leg is writhing and convulsing painlessly. But this sort of writhing and undulating underneath your skin has reached
Underneath my skin.
Has reached.
My legs are exposed?
I love that's his one takeaway from all
legs
of
are
this.
exposed.
My knees are showing.
Never! A good southern man like myself would never expose upper thigh.
Don't tell my
in a different
parents.
in this scenario.
All right, that's it.
Wait. So,
And upon further inspection, you can see that this undulating, writhing flesh has extended now all the way up just past your knee.
I cast Produce Flame, and I immediately slam it into my leg.
Okay, you're going to have to go ahead and immediately take a D8 of damage.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, so you were immediately going to take 4 damage, and you experience searing pain all the way around your leg wherever this flame touches.
I'm going to need to hear what noise comes out of your mouth when you feel that pain.
Ah! Oh, sweet mother of all that is kind.
Delilah's freaked out. She's just like, oh, you're burning yourself. Okay, Zippy, his leg. It's healing you?
It is sort of stopping it from progressing, but it is not killing it. This stuff is deep in you.
And I also skid over on my knees. I just want that to be very clear.
Oh,
like
good,
I
yeah.
was like wrapping this dude and she says, Zippy, and I turn and just throw myself down the hall. And maybe my arms are reaching back behind me as I'm sliding to him on my knees. Maybe a little head lean back, hair flowing. That's just to give you a picture.
Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah.
Okay, I have the dragon and breathe into my
Oh,
hands.
hold on. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
I don't talk about it.
Okay, go for it.
So the dragon has blown fire into my hands, which I can deal with flame in my hands, right? And I take it and I cut my hands around this burn.
Go ahead and take 2d8 damage.
Girl, you better listen.
I got you. Just trust me here.
We're looking at 6.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's not that bad at all.
It's because I did it with love.
Turns out Zippy's really good at burning people exactly the way she wants to
And
burn
I make
them.
direct eye contact whilst it's happening, not breaking
It
at
may
all.
or may not be an S&M thing. Anyway,
It goes along with the Sudoku, don't worry.
Love this
And suppression of emotion.
banter enchanter. But what is happening to my leg burning with dragon fire?
Yeah, I'm like, is he not going to have a leg?
What happens?
That's all right. We still have the
Like
pram.
the movie How Posey got his legs back. I still got one.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have Posey roll a Constitution saving throw.
I mean, sure.
13.
In the face of unimaginable pain.
I level up.
You would. You would.
That's what every superhero does. I come face to face with dragon fire and I don't get anything out of this besides killing a little parasite.
a little
So
parasite.
I keep going.
You are able to just barely keep your consciousness. And as Zippy pulls this dragon fire all the way down your leg to the ankle and past your foot, your whole bottom half of your leg is horribly, horribly charred, like 3rd-degree burns charred.
Okay, so like no nerve damage or all nerve damage.
All nerve
Not
damage.
feeling
You
it.
stop feeling it after a minute.
But it probably smells like beef in there or something.
Delicious.
The worst pork you've ever smelled.
Oh, not these legs.
Like when you pull bacon out of the freezer and forget about it. And
oh, like sickly, like a pungent.
oh yeah,
almost a
because
sour.
it's not just you that's burning in there.
That's disgusting.
I love it.
You look down at the remains of your leg at the end of this, and there is no more undulating.
I mean, my skin's probably so damaged. Can I just like pull it? Like the thing.
Oh.
Is there like a lump I could just like pull? Because I imagine the 3rd-degree burns, like the skin is probably.
It's so charred that it would just flake off. Yeah.
It's just turned to ash. I just like
So
incinerated
I
it.
grabbed the thing.
You
I
like,
fished
dig
just
into your
slightly
leg?
into my leg under the skin, and try to put a hand on the no more undulating mass. I pull it as it's just like pulling a noodle out of a bowl of noodles. It's just like kind of a little tight. I pull it out, and I just lob it in front of me.
Okay.
On the ground.
So the first foot or so of this thing, picture like an octopus. There's sort of a head kind of thing down around your ankle, and then these tendrils extending up through your leg. And for the first foot or so that you pull out, it is this charred, dead flesh. But the last couple inches were alive. And you pull this out and imagine, a charred octopus with too many tentacles and these little pink writhing tails at the end. Barely wiggling, holding on to life.
Oh my gosh, I don't feel good.
With my
I
all
don't really.
with all the wisdom and understanding of animals that I have, being a druid, of course, what do I understand from this? Like, do I derive anything of the nature of these things from this little test?
Oh my gosh.
This
I
little
don't-
History
subject.
roll.
History or animal handling? Which one sounds better to you?
Give me an Arcana roll.
That was such a good try. I was so
Where's
proud of you.
Arcana at? Is it
It's
in
the
the same-
third one.
Yeah.
Of these
Under
3
animal
options that I
handling.
would like you to choose from, which would you like? And he does another.
15.
Wow.
Yay!
Good job.
You obviously don't really understand what it is, but you can tell it is hungry, and it is panicked, and it is angry.
The only thing that kills it is dragon fire, right? Zippy, crisp this thing.
No! I interrupt. Oh my gosh. We should keep it as a weapon.
Zippy listens to Delilah talking, and as she continues talking, I just whistle.
No. Listen. Hear me out.
I turned my back to cover it because I'm like, wait, tell me more.
Just listen to me. Just listen. Here, let me think. Maybe we should just keep it, and if something bad happens, we can then use this on someone, right? Like if we're getting attacked, where we can just put it on a body and then it hurts them or something. I don't know, but if this is a bad thing, we should use it on bad people, right?
Correct. I still on me have one of those wine liquid vials from a long time ago, which I take out and I put it in there
Okay.
and put the top on.
And then if it doesn't work out and it hurts one of us, you have full permission to hurt me.
That is not a deal I want.
No, but that's how
Wait. I'm listening.
That's
Let
how
her finish.
How
but
about
that's how
this?
relationships go. If
I-
I hurt you, then you hurt me.
How about
That's-
this? I put the top on and I'm like, okay, that's not how relationships work. But you are incredibly powerful. And I hope to some degree you trust that we have your best interest in mind. How about when I say go nuts and rage, you pull out your axe, don't ask questions, just cut down whatever's happening in front of you. Go berserk. Does that sound like a deal?
Yeah. I can do
Caveat
that.
to the, an addendum to the deal, and also if I tell you to be quiet, listen.
Okay, deal. I'll listen to Zippy, and I'll rage when you want me to
Because
rage.
what I don't want is I don't want to tamper you. I don't want to hurt you. That's not what a friendship is, nor just like a good business relationship, whatever we're doing. But I do want you to succeed. And so I think we can work this out.
Okay.
I put it in the vial and I put the top on and it stays in there, correct? What? You don't got to roll for that.
Yeah. It stays in the vial. It's a little squishy noise. Like,
So I think you should hold on to it, Posey. You take care of it, and you deal with it. And then whenever you decide we have to use it, and I don't think we should tell Lucky or Stick that we know this.
No, we're going to tell them for sure.
Oh, all
We
right.
just have to. Just like open disclosure. That's, sorry. I don't even trust this thing.
Okay. I mean, we could tell them if we want to. I'm just thinking, like, what if Lucky goes bad?
We have to go down the hallway before we can duck into one of the special projects rooms, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just sprinting down the hallway as fast as I can. I go, door number 1 or door number 3? Just pick.
Which one has the car?
Dang it.
About three.
I skid right up to the door and stop. Is big monster coming after us?
Oh, yeah.
I reach out and try to open it. Is it locked or?
It's unlocked. Swings right open.
Oh, okay.
And is it dark in this room too?
Very.
I step through the doorway and very, very carefully close the door behind us so that it just makes the most faintly audible. I grab Milton and I say, don't let go.
Yeah, no, we done this shit before.
So we start as quickly and as quietly as possible. I start walking into the room. What can I see with my 60 feet of dark vision, and what can we hear?
So this room looks to be about 100 feet by 100 feet. All around the room, you see a couple of charred bodies. It's been burned, so it's not quite what it was before. But this room, the entire room, was once designed like a giant musical instrument.
Like the room was designed like an instrument?
Yes.
What instrument?
There is a perimeter hallway.
Okay.
There's a perimeter hallway going all the way around the room. And then separating that perimeter hallway from the center stage is almost like a giant metal rack, what you typically see holding the strings of a grand piano. It was lining the perimeter of this room like some sort of giant
Like the room
playable
was a huge
harpsichord.
harp. Yeah.
Can he get into the interior of this? Like the hallway, does it take him around this one
It's
doorway?
sort of like one of those double doorway
Okay,
entryways.
okay.
And in the middle of the room, you can barely see, it's like right on the very edge of your vision. You can see there is another enormous glass container, this time perfectly spherical. And inside of it is a screamer, just sort of this undulating tentacled mass of flesh, floating in water.
Okay.
Beautiful description. Oh, living for this.
I pull Stick off to the left and we start going around the perimeter hallway
Are you trying to be sneaky? Yeah, you said
Yes.
you were trying to be sneaky.
as
Well-
quietly as we can, but as quickly as we can.
Stick, are you on Lucky still, or are you...
Yeah, no, I'm unlucky, and I'm probably whispering like, "What do you say?"
Right as you say that, you hear echoing all through the room these sounds of, what do you say? 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 All bouncing off of each other and changing pitches and
Acoustic
varying on each
marvels.
I reach my hand up behind my head and just very slowly clamp my hand over his mouth.
Probably gets it. He's like, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I will write on his back, like trace.
Whatever you're going to write, just come write it on my back.
Oh
We'll see
my
if I can
gosh,
figure
yes,
it out.
yes!
Back is where we
I
have
love this
the
game.
worst senses.
I'm really good at this.
Okay, what did he trace?
Echo.
Wow.
Oh.
All right.
I was watching it and I didn't even know what he did. I was like,
That's
what?
pretty
I was like, I don't
sick.
even
Okay.
recognize that letter.
So he does that, and I grab his hand where he's writing on my back, and I put it on my cheek, and then I shake my head.
Nice. That's very cool. Okay.
That was awesome.
Wait, so you shake your head no?
It's not an echo.
You don't think it's an echo?
I very, very carefully draw one of my short swords, and I
Kill Milton.
flip it and grab it by the blade and hold it up and place it into his hand.
Ooh, okay. You're still hearing the last echoes of, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Almost forming this sort of like musical accompaniment to your imperceptible footsteps. You are about halfway through the room, and it's even getting hard to see with your dark vision, but you're just sort of starting to make out the door at the other end.
Okay. So is this hallway that I'm in, is it sort of like, it's like a half wall?
The room is shaped like a large ellipsis.
Yeah.
Imagine a half wall with a giant metal bar going all the way around the top
Oh,
of the
okay.
half
So
wall.
that was the
the half
musical
wall
instrument
was
at
the
half
musical
wall.
instrument.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to make you roll one more stealth to see if you can step around the charred bodies without making any sort of crunchy
Okay.
noise.
6.
You accidentally drop your foot through the ribcage of a scientist. Doesn't super matter, though, because just as you do, the sound is masked by a massive wham as this screamer that's been chasing after you starts pounding at the door that you'd shut behind you, trying to get in. All throughout the room is echoing this bam, 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 getting faster and higher and lower and all over the place. And then after probably 15 or 20 slams, you hear a couple of weaker knocks, and then nothing for a few seconds. And then click, and the door swings open.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay. As soon as the banging starts, I immediately sprint as fast as I can, holding onto Stick for dear life, and we, make it around the corner of this thing. I'm flying so fast that I'm like leaned over because we're going around this bend, and I skid to a stop right in front of the door. I pull the door shut behind me. I'm walking across the room. I set Stick down.
And you are greeted by the sight of just 50 or so feet away, Posey and Delilah sticking a tiny little screamer into a vial.
So we see them run out.
They're coming from the other direction, so behind the captain, but through that doorway.
I immediately yell, "Stop! Stop! Everyone stop!" Okay? I saw, when we were running through that maze, I saw handprints. There were a bunch of screamers in there. I saw a replica of Lucky. I have no idea if this is the real Lucky and Stick or whatever they might be.
Wait, so it could be a bad Lucky. Like I said.
Like you said. And I look at them and I'm like, what's the code word? Oh, shoot. Or just tell me something. Just tell me something that no screamer would know.
Their legs snapped like celery.
Okay, it's them. That's them.
Wait.
That's from, remember the story I told about my most horrid memory I've ever relived? Thanks for bringing that back up, Stick.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never forget the sound those bears made as they tore through those kids.
That clears
You hear
Stick,
a
but
little-
do we need to clear Lucky?
That did nothing. That was Stick. I mean, how do we even know that's the real Lucky? That could be a total copy of Lucky. It could be the thing you saw on the wall and then the ice melted, or that's actually Lucky. We don't know.
You hear a little voice from the captain. I don't think I trust that small one either.
Why not? The only time I've ever told the story was to you guys on a boat. No one else would know that.
And he points over to door number 1 and he says, "This thing is learning how to copy memories." And he starts unwrapping the bandage on his leg and just stares into the open flesh on his leg. And he says, "I knew something was off. Because I swear I've done this all before."
I look straight at Delilah, and I take the spear, and I bury it straight through the head of the captain.
Stop.
The captain turns to you and he says, "If you make it to the bottom, there is a Dr. Kravitz. I've been instructed to take him alive." And then he pulls out his own sword and cuts his own head off, sliding the sword back and forth like
What?
a steak knife,
What?
and then collapses to the ground in a pool of blood.
It's half a life, but I'm still living it. Yeah, it's a shallow breath, but I'm still breathing it.
Murder, She Rolled stars David Sant as our DM, Stacey Harkey as Posey Bourgeon, Shona Kay as Amber Zippy Ziffendale, Ethan Vandermeiden as Stick Walkman, Alan Seawright as Lucky Kurtzel, and Hope Vandermeiden as Delilah Winthrop. Our theme song is Half-Life by Glyph Society. Our show is edited by David Sant with sound design and mix by Alan Seawright. Our assistant editor is McKenna Bueller. If you like our show, you can directly support us on our Patreon and get ad-free episodes several days early, along with our behind-the-scenes podcast, Coffin Talk, and our full audition haunted house campaign, outtakes, and loads of other stuff in the coming months. Go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Murder, She Rolled. Some of our Patreon supporters are people like Lainey Winton, Cole Lewis, Ryan Cross Project, Sarah Davison, Sarah, Anastasia W., River Chicken, Brit.knee. Sapphire Harley, and Brenna Scott. Thanks, patrons. Please subscribe and follow on your podcast platform. Give us a rating and write a review. It really helps the show reach new people. And really, isn't that what we all want to do? Reach people and share mayhem and murder with them? in audio form. You can follow us on social media at Murder She Rolled on Instagram and Threads, and our subreddit is r/Murder She Rolled. Our next episode comes out October 7th. Until then, stay murdery. I got a workshop that.
When the old gods rise, I'll look back to the time till the day that I died, I'll live free. But I'm still living in shadow.